Hello everyone, welcome back to Red Doe Reads. Today we have r/entitled people. If you want me to cover some specific subreddit in the next video, leave it in the comments. My lovely entitled grandmother part 2. So I got some more stories about this lady from my mom after posting part 1. And since wow, they're bad, I thought I'd share them too. So when I was a toddler, my parents would tell me to pick out my outfit for the day. Since I'm a toddler, so why wouldn't they? And whenever this lady came over, she'd actually force me to change into an outfit she liked better, even if I told her I didn't want to. Again, grandma is arguing with a 2-year-old here about clothes, like WTF? The worst of the stories. This lady also loved brushing my hair as a toddler, apparently. When I was a kid, I had really curly hair, and for those who may not know it, you should never brush out curly hair. This lady would brush my hair so much it would hurt, and I would ask her to stop. My mom started taking our brush to work with her, so this lady couldn't get it. So then she bought her own to bring instead. Apparently, one day my mom came home to my grandma looking annoyed, and my grandma told her something along the lines of me having been bratty or something. My mom goes upstairs to find, again, 2-year-old me crying in my closet because I would ask grandma to stop brushing my hair, and she wouldn't, so I ran and hid from her in my effing closet. This lady made a toddler cry because she wanted to brush my damn hair. Yes, my mother had a lengthy talk with her after this one. Now to other things that have happened since the first post. I had my family grad party on Sunday, and her and my grandpa got to the restaurant before the rest of us. There was an uneven number of us, so the table had the extra seat right at the end, so head of the table. She decided she would position herself and my grandpa right next to the head of the table chair, with the assumption that I would sit there and therefore sit right next to her all night. Like, yes, lady, I definitely would rather sit next to you than, I don't know, my own damn parents? Or perhaps my younger cousins that I sit with at every family outing. When I informed her that, lol, no way I was sitting at the head of the table and would, again, much rather sit with my parents and cousins, she actually seemed offended. For the next story, I first need to explain how she does gift giving. So usually for holidays, birthdays, you would get someone something they either directly asked for or something you just know would cater to their interests. No, this lady gets you something that she wants to give you, with 90% of the time means something that caters to her interests or style, and is something you yourself would probably never want in your life. In fact, when it was explained to her by my mother and the rest of the family that we usually get gifts the person actually asked for, she was offended, and so that made us entitled and bossy. Anyways, now the story. For my graduation, she got me this painting made by her friend with some inspirational quote on it, as well as a whale and a very stylized looking person. I hate to seem ungrateful, but I don't own anything ocean themed whatsoever, and the colors of this painting are incredibly bold and kinda jarring, and don't go with anything I own in the slightest. And while there, she's literally saying, yeah, it matches your wall color, so you could just get a nail and go put it up right now. And the whole time I'm trying to awkwardly smile and deflect her suggestions. Also, I should clarify, the only things on my bedroom walls are my own drawings and a poster of a fat tiger. I don't even have the wall space for this thing. However, it looks exactly like the artwork in her own house. Other examples of the gift giving. My mother hates the color orange. This grandma loves the color orange. This grandma once bought my mother a bright orange bead-covered hippie-looking jacket and actually got offended when my mother kindly refused it. Since this grandma doesn't really know many of interests of mine because I cannot tell her, she will buy me random stuff. The problem is, if you spend legit 5 minutes in my room, it would be really obvious what I like, buy 4 different crystal collections, and rabbit stuffed animals. Now for some context. When I buy crystals, they're often smaller or only slightly larger than a toonie, so like 1 by 1 inches I guess, and often a shade of blue or purple. This lady bought me a massive pink crystal the size of my entire palm. I had to actually move stuff to make space for it on my shelf because I never buy crystals that big. Also, for Christmas one year, she bought me and both my parents these creepy nutcrackers. Again, we don't own anything nutcracker related, and again got offended when we didn't add them to our yearly Christmas decor. Also, since a lot of people were asking in the last post, I thought I'd clarify here for those who may not have seen my replies where my dad has been for all of this. Basically, he was her only kid, and since she's a piece of work, most of her side of the family doesn't actually like her. He's nice to her still because he feels obligated as her only kid, and again, because she kinda doesn't have many other people. That side of my family is legit her, my grandpa, and her 100-year-old mother, who is obviously not the best of company. Obviously, he wishes I had a better relationship with her, so he doesn't participate in my mom and I gossiping about her. We don't do it in front of him, but still. But also has kinda given up on trying to get me to like her, and has also stopped going along with her demands of making me call her or talk to her more. I think he actually told her at one point something along the lines of this being her own bed that she made, so she shouldn't complain about laying in it. Hopefully, I will not make a part 3, lol. Well, I guess we all hope that you will not have to make the part 3, but if you do, we are really looking forward to it. And the more I read this story, it more again reminded me of my own grandpa. Even the painting thing. He loves paintings. He has a lot of artist friends who give him paintings, or he commissions paintings from them. So his whole flat is this kind of art gallery. And he loves giving paintings. And legit, the only paintings my parents have in their house is what he gave them. And it was usually just some kind of small landscapey stuff, but once he overdid himself. I don't remember what was the occasion, I think someone's birthday, but he brought a huge painting of a pine forest of all things that really took up the whole wall. It was the whole ordeal how he brought it to our house. I think he rented like a semi-truck or something. And we didn't have space for it. Because, I mean, who has space for such a big painting? So my parents just brought it to the attic. I think it's still there. So if any of you guys want a giant painting of pine forest, let me know. I can hit you up. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, because I really want to get to 200 subscribers as soon as possible. So if you subscribe, you will make my day. So one today in the wild at Wendy's. Our family just got back to the US from the cruise and had to drive from Florida back home to Tennessee. We made a quick stop at Wendy's for dinner to power through the last 2 hours of our drive home. We are patiently waiting for our food and in comes this angry man yelling that they made 2 of his sandwiches wrong. He is shouting on about how his wife had ordered 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers and they gave him 2 junior cheeseburgers, no bacon. The manager calmly explained that the woman had in fact ordered 2 junior cheeseburgers, no bacon, and pulled up the transaction to show this. Then professionally stated they wouldn't remake an order because the customer incorrectly ordered their food, but it would be $2.33 per burger if he wanted the junior bacon cheeseburgers. The man started raging and threw the burgers at another employee. The manager promptly told him to knock it off because that's a child. The employee was a teenager, and that you don't throw food at children. My children and husband witnessed everything as well, and my very blunt and direct 5-year-old said, "We don't throw food at anyone." As a mom that didn't want in this confrontation, I was like, shh. The man then demanded a refund, which she gave him. But heck, I cannot believe what I witnessed over 2 Wendy's burgers that his wife ordered wrong. It really seems like fast food chain restaurants really call crazy people to its warm embrace. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. You can also watch this awesome video or that awesome playlist. See you next time!